Hello YouTube and Fox Body Nation. Welcome back to my garage. Welcome to the house of Dula. And today is the real wheel reveal day. Yeah, the real wheel reveal. Yeah, it's wheel day. There's nothing better than wheel day. Last time was wheel day for Calypso. Today's wheel day for EgoBuise's. I've been waiting on this for years, and it's time. Oh God, my wheels are here. Oh my God, my wheels are here. Yes. Yes. Oh. What's up, man?
What's going on?
You got my wheels.
Yeah.
Wheel day is the best day ever. There is literally nothing if you're a car guy like wheel day. I got the front two in, the back two are still on its way, but I cannot wait. I just can't wait to show you my wheels. These are ESR 18-inch, of course. These are the front, 18 by 8.5, 30 offsets. AP8 is the model. Oh yes. Can't wait to see. It took a month to come in, guys. So 1 month, no big deal. That's how it is this day and age. But it took a month to come in. What color did I go with? Huh? Did you see the box? You know, have any idea? We talked about this. I did a poll online. If you follow me on Instagram, we definitely did a poll. Ask if you guys thought black, silver, bronze is gonna look good on EgoBuise's over here once she's painted avalanche gray. I like the price of the ESRs, and I wanted something a little different. So what did I get here? Let's see. Nice. Yep. Lip cover. Oh yeah. Boom. Boom. Oh man. ESR Forge Tech APX8 or APX8. APX8 8-spoke matte bronze with a brushed lip. These are baller. Brand new. What do you think, dude?
That's going on there?
Yep. That's the front wheels.
That's gonna look sick. Like sick.
Sick. Oh, yes. Yes. Check out the lizard checking out my wheels. See him right there. Who's out of here? Ooh, don't go in the garage, buddy. Don't go in the garage. You will die in there. Okay. Hey guys, check out my wheels. We got these things mounted. Got the tires mounted. These are some really grippy tires, man. These are pretty nice. I do love my Mickey Thompson SS's there on the back of the Mustang. Those are perfect for that car with the horsepower and pushing it. But for this car, I really do think the street comp tires are gonna be just perfect. So we got a 245 4018 front, and I want to say I'm doing something like a 235 55 or 65 in the back. I had to look it up, but it's gonna be a nice fat wide tire with about the same diameter as this. But I wanted to get the most narrowest tire that I possibly could for the 18, just because it is a 79 body style and just to minimize rubbing. But man, these are good looking tires. They're sticky. I've never tried these tires before. I think I'm gonna like them. They have a really nice tread pattern. So they look good. So yeah, the idea here is I want to get these things mounted onto EgoBuise's here. I want to clean up the garage. I want to get some of this crap out of here. It's time to get this stuff out, make room, and then get the car wheeled out, give it a good wash, good cleaning, clean the other side of it, and get ready to put on some subframe connectors. Oh, and hey, look at this. I forgot to tell you about that. Hey. Yeah, and this, you can't not just see this laying here. I mean, it's a gas tank, guys, isn't it? Yes, it is. Why do you have a gas tank? Mike, what's wrong with yours? Well, it's you know, it's carbureted, and it's for a 79, so it's rear sump carbureted, so it's not going to work. Not only that, I also need A in fitting. So check this out. So a viewer had this for me, which is really awesome. Again, you viewers are always helping me out, but I actually found this on Facebook Marketplace in Austin. My daughter lives in Austin. Reached out to him and I said, hey, you know, looking at this, I really need it. I was highly interested because one, it's basically brand new, and two, it's already got the fuel pump hanger with AN fittings, which is what I need for EgoBuise here. I need to run AN lines to and return, and for this car, for the EgoBuise motor. So I needed this tank. I needed a modern tank that had fuel injection with a drop-in fuel pump, and this popped up for a hell of a deal. And then he gave me even a better deal because of the channel. He knew who I was. He's watched the channel. He's kind of a fan. That's great. So I reached out to my daughter, said, hey, can you do me a favor? Next time you're in this area, give this guy a call. And she did. Took a long time to get it, but eventually I got me a gas tank, and she brought it here. So this is great. I've got a gas tank. So we need to pull the other one out of this EgoBuise over here. Pull him out. Get this one in. Yeah, and I've got a mess. I've got bumpers laying underneath it right now. I got cobwebs. I've got wiring that I started on. I have started placing the harness in place to get an idea where to run everything, and I need to clean this up. So shame on me for letting it this way, but it is what it is. So we will get it cleaned up, get the wheels on the front, so now we'll have a roller. I can put it on its own weight, roll it out, clean the garage, clean the car, see at least what the fronts look like on it before we get the backs in. Yeah, and get these bikes out of the way. These are going back to our land. Not that anybody cares, but this is a little side project, another distraction of mine. But my son got this for Christmas. Then we souped it up for his birthday with stage 1 parts on the motor. Then he got some custom handlebars. Then next thing you know, I'm welding a custom light bracket for his lights. Yeah, and then I picked up an orange one here because I thought it'd be way more fun to drive, you know, by you know, with a partner. You can't can't ride by yourself. I mean, come on now. So I found this one used. It was missing a seat. It was chewed up. This motor was loose. Had some problems. Fixed it up. Put a custom fender on it. Got a new seat for it. New grips on it. Replaced the throttle cable because it was shot, and then put a header on it. Before we put this thing on the ground and roll it out, still need to put some air in the tires, move the back doors, the front doors to the back, whatever. I want to show you guys real quick, man. Look at the clearance on these Brembos. So this is the SNS engineering kit, of course. I've got a video just specifically on installing the 4-piston Cadillac Brembos onto an SN95 spindle and 13-inch Cobra rotor. But it is very hard to find wheels that fit this thing. I'll be honest, I did not do the measurements because ESR didn't have them, I don't believe. But it's amazing, it fits. When I put them on, I was like, oh my God, look at that. So this is easily, I don't know, maybe just barely a credit card's width in between it. I mean, right there is less than that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that is just kissing. In fact, the shape of the Brembo, the concave right here on it, is saving the wheel. So I probably will put a tiny spacer just for expansion, because if these brakes get hot, there's a chance that they're going to expand and therefore maybe rub against the wheel, just to correct this. Or I can actually put these on a different way. There's 2 ways you can mount the Cadillac Brembos. This is with a kit that they came with a spacer, and in fact it's already got a wheel spacer behind the rotor, to move the rotor out to center it. If you don't want to do that, you can also put it in a space, or you can also get these milled from a machine shop just a tiny bit, and not use a spacer on the back, but that will also bring in the caliper just a little bit in, and give me that clearance without having to use any spacers at all. But look at that, it's not rubbing. And don't worry, we're gonna get rid of the Cadillac Brembo, the Cadillac Brembo emblem there. So I will be putting an EgoBuise's emblem there, EgoBuise's/Brembo, and probably getting these powder coated a bronze color to match the wheels. But man, look at that, guys. You want to talk about close? Jeez. Look at it, hot rod modern style, guys. Yeah. Look at the rake on this thing. Yes. Yeah. Let me move. Nah, that's fine. Over the hump. Hop in. I'll move these out of the way. I lied to y'all. I said I was gonna move these to the shed, but I didn't. Because they suck. God dang, that steel's heavy. 1 foot power. Cool. You can leave the doors off it. I like it like that, Jeep style. I'm gonna slap the fender on here, and at least get one on so we can kind of get an idea. You know, the wheels and the poke. Clearly, these things need to come up though. It is way too low in the front. Oh man. That looks sick. Okay, I lied. Maybe we got to keep it this low. Should I slap a hood on? All right, so you're gonna have to really use some imagination here because the hood is pushing the nose down so it won't stay up on the, it won't stay up on the nose, or it won't stay up, it pushes it out. So anyways, yeah, so hey, here we go. Hood keeps sliding down too, there's no hinges, so just sitting there. I still end up in the air whether or not I'm gonna keep the scoop. There is a part of me that wishes I didn't put the scoop on just for the cleanliness of the simple look, but hey, we don't, I think it'll be okay. Once the car is level in the back, once it goes down the back, it's gonna come up in the front. Right now it's very low in the front because the back is so jacked up high. Look, it's like way butt up in the air here. Look at it. So yeah, we gotta get that back suspension in, get the 7/8 out, get the 8/8 in. Get the 7-inch out, get the 8/8 in over there, get that thing cleaned up, get it ready to go, get the suspension back in here, and at least get that rolling, start hooking up fuel lines and brake lines, then start doing body work, and yeah, get the motor out, paint the engine bay, put it all back in, and then actually start building a car for real. This is a lot of mock-up, is what it is. So one thing I need to do, I guess we'll do it together, I'm kind of scared to. I need to turn the wheels. Yes, I need to turn them. We need to see if they're going to hit the Volvo electric pump that is hidden behind this fender here. Obviously, it's very close, I could tell, but it's not in the way. So it's not here, okay? It's not there, but the bracket's right there though. And I got a feeling this is gonna swing in and hit it. And if that's the case, guys, it is what it is. We'll move it again, no big deal. This is why we mock up. Stay right there, stay. Okay, I could put a bolt in it, but that'd be way too much work. By the way, the clearance here for the coilovers is about that much. So let's turn this here. I'm pretty sure what we're going to have a problem with is this bracket right here. Okay, that's lock. So that just hits steering lock. See, so we are good, man. Yay! See if you look at the caliper clearance here. The coilover clearance. Pretty close. Let me show you this. This is bad. This is something pretty bad. All right, here we go. There you go. Yeah, Ackerman angles. You ever heard about that? It's pretty severely affected. I think the only way to get rid of that, obviously, is going to be raise the car. The car is going to be higher in the back. Low in the back, which is going to raise the front, and the front is too low. Until then, I'm not going to worry about it until the car is actually on all fours, and then we'll worry about the stance and the Ackerman angle and how extreme the angle is on my outer tie rods, because that is pretty extreme. I've already talked to AJE about that. They've been so awesome. AJE, those guys over there just help me out constantly, but they do make drop spindle. So what that would allow me to do is put a drop spindle in it to drop the front wheels, and then actually raise the car up to keep those angles more level, which is maybe what we'll have to do, because I do want to keep the car low. But right now, let me show you something else. It's so low that the first thing in contact to the road is my power steering rack. Okay, speed bump right there. Now another thing why we should test out why I've got it on all fours and on some of its light tiny weight is fender clearance here. So this is 8.5, again 18 by 8.5, and this is a -30 offset, and it looks like it's really good. I mean, this is not a factory rolled lip. I mean, I'm sorry, this is not rolled. That's just a factory roll in it right there. So it's got lots of more room where I can roll it here, you know, even on an extreme bump. But it looks like, honestly, the placement is perfect. You've got right now just a little bit of tuck, which is what you want. You want just a little bit of tuck. But the question is, if we're at a turn, let's see here. I mean, I guess you've got, you know, obviously a turn and a big bump. You got danger of hitting right here. This side is good, and no, we're not hitting the coilover, but we're close. All right, well, I gotta get the vent hose. That's it. This thing is a little awkward, a little heavy, but it wasn't too bad. Well, in case you are curious if a 79 carbureted gas tank was the same as a fuel injected gas tank, the answer is no, not at all. I do not know if this is unique to 79 and maybe 80, 81 models, or just 79 only. I was told by a gentleman at one point that says, hey, when you get that gas tank out, let me know how it goes. Kind of a wink, wink, hint, hint, smile, smile type thing, and now I know what he means. They're really similar. In fact, this looks like it would fit. I'm not too worried about the extra length here. That's not really a big deal. It just hangs out to the car a little more. The indentation here is okay. That clears the floor for the fuel sending unit, so I'm not worried about that. But luckily, I've got my 86, so what I can do is actually go look at my 86. You can definitely see the overhang is not going to be a problem. That's how the 79 is going to be with that tank. The straps are completely different. I see that, and that's interesting. That very well could be part of the issue here. Then maybe the answer is it fits here, but the straps won't work because of the difference in straps. I mean, you can absolutely see, you know, on the 86, the straps come down about this far, so maybe this is actually okay. And you've swapped the tank to an EFI tank. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Like, leave me a comment down there. Let's talk about it. All right, so after posting that online, actually, I had a bunch of people talk to me and say it's just a strap link. I think it would be okay, and that's kind of what I figured, is that the strap link difference is kind of what I'm seeing here. The 86 has what we see, what looks like kind of like a mound. So this section right here doesn't exist on the 79. So the straps, you know, go straight up to here. But with that tank, you know, the straps are almost shorter. So we're just going to have to really just make a drop mount. So the tank itself is bigger on the later models because the capacity is higher. So that's why you get the extra length here. And I believe they're a little bit taller, a little bit thicker. They have higher gasoline capacity. So we're, you know, instead of just, you know, lengthening the straps to make up for the difference in the 79, what we'll end up doing is creating something similar to this to get it dropped down off the frame, and that'll match it. But hey, I completely didn't even mention the rear wheels and why I didn't get them. You probably saw them a second ago. Yeah, so no big deal. ESR was supposed to reach out. Actually, what happened was they shipped a, instead of shipping all 4, they shipped me the front 2 as 2 separate shipping numbers, when it should have been a shipping number for the front and a shipping number for the back. But what happened, they just made a mistake. I called them. Dude was super awesome on the phone. Ended up sending me a free t-shirt as a sorry thank you, and they got it out within the same day that I called them, and I ended up getting them 2 or 3 days later. So that's pretty cool. And I've also got tires here, so I'm about to show you the rear wheels. Guys, I didn't even mention the rear wheels. Jeez, 18 by 10.5. We're gonna go as wide as we can on the 79 without, you know, doing kind of crazy fender flares, right? All right, man. Now we get some deep dish here. Now we got some lip. This is what I'm after. This is 18 by 10.5 inch. Of course, the same wheel as the front. They came in a lot quicker. And we got some nice fat meaty tires here. One of them's mounted, one of them's not. I'm gonna show you the mounted one in 1 second. I wanna explain to you why the other one's not mounted, okay? I took this thing to NTB, National Tire and Battery. That's normally where I get them mounted, guys, and I'm not saying anything bad about them. It happens from time to time, and it doesn't matter because they are making it right, but they scratch my wheels pretty darn good, this one. So we got a pretty good gouge on it here and here from the claw. They were having a tough time mounting the tire and actually couldn't get it mounted, and ended up scratching the wheel. So I'm waiting on a replacement from NTB. They are awesome enough to replace the entire wheel. Of course, they offered to send it out to get it, fixed, but I'm like, guys, this wheel is an hour old. I took them straight to their shop with the wheels and tires and asked them to please mount and balance them like they did the front. So they did the front, no problem. And then they're replacing it. So not a big deal. I'm just waiting on that to come in. But the bottom one, I went ahead and took to Discount Tire, which realistically I probably should have gone with the first time. But that's not a big deal. Hey, NTB's making it right. Okay, it could happen anywhere, but some machine shops and some tire shops and wheel shops are not set up for this kind of lip. And guys, you need to ask folks when you buy a wheel like this with a machine matte aluminum, smooth lip like this. You got to make sure that the claw on their machines they're not metal. So they make a plastic one, they make a metal one to mount the tire. And if if they put them on the wrong machine, you just could potentially be going through what I'm going through as far as having to wait for the wheel and all that kind of stuff. And I wait on these for quite a long time. The front ones I did, and the back ones I got in pretty quickly. But anyways, it's kind of a hassle. But check this out. All right, before I look at the mounted one, this is the Mickey Thompson Street Comp tire at a 295/35/18. I'm not sure why I said that earlier, but this is, I believe, an 11.5 inch width on the tread. So this is a perfect fit on a 10.5 inch wheel, and also has the same diameter. The whole tallness of the tire is very similar. I think it's 1/2 inch taller than the front, which is again 245/40/18, and I think these are gonna look really good. So this will be nice and thick. It'll fill out the rear quite a bit. It's meat, but it's not overkill meat, but it's definitely the meats. Now let's check out the tire with it mounted on the wheel. Here we go. Here are the rears, 10.5/11. These are 22 offset. I think I mentioned that earlier, but if I didn't, these are 22 offset. Very common size, especially for Odins. A lot of guys are running, but I love this deep dish look. I think it's gonna look killer on the car. I certainly wish we can mount this on the car for you guys, but I don't have the 8.8 in yet. And then we'll be putting in the 8.8. So I gotta clean it up, get it painted, put seals in it, check everything out on it. That's a 373 gear set. We're gonna see how that works with this T5. I don't really know how well it's gonna work with EgoBuise's in the 3.5, but we'll get in. Rear suspension, I'm talking to AJE with them. I don't know if they're gonna be able to help us out or not. Otherwise, I still don't know exactly what rear I'm gonna put in it. I don't wanna go IRS because I don't wanna deal with the wide stance that the Cobras have, but otherwise, would probably be some sort of coilover or just a really standard rear suspension in it. Put something nice in it though. It's not gonna be junk by any means. So we're gonna put some good suspension in the back of it. Good control, upper and lower control arms, adjustable most likely. Lowering springs and get the stance just right. And yeah, dude, I guess that's it, guys. I'm gonna end the video now. Listen, I hope you like the new wheel choice. I think with this build, with the red interior that I'm keeping, with the EcoBoost motor, and just with the car, if you can imagine taking the gray off and painting it, that slightly off-white of Avalanche gray, I think it's gonna look pretty cool. It's gonna be pretty different. And that's the goal, again, of this build. This whole build has always been about, doing something different with this build. And listen, one last thing before I let you go. Somebody had mentioned, hey, Mike, where is the second intake air temperature that's supposed to be on the intercooler when I was doing the intercooler tubing stuff? If you go back to my last video on EgoBuise's, we were setting up the intercooler piping. So we use a piping kit. I remember saying they only use one. This motor has two. I'm wrong. It does need an additional bung. As I'm laying out the wiring harness in this car, it turns out that there is an additional wire that I need to ran. So I've got a lot of the wires just ran, you can see in place here, so I can get an idea of where to tuck it and how to get rid of it, where to put the ECU, stuff like that. So I'm kind of going through all that in my head right now. I will share it once I get a better plan together, but I do have an extra connector that does need to go into the intake pipe, or I'm sorry, the piping coming out of the intercooler into the throttle body. So I'll need to get that TIG welding in if we're going to use this pipe, or again, go back and watch that last video. Not exactly happy with that pipe, so we managed to get the whole pipe redone and just add that additional sensor connector port in there as well. So we'll tackle that. It's one thing at a time. This build is taking a long time. I know it is. I'm sorry I'm not putting out the content that I should be in the timely manner. Guys, I'm a busy person. I do have a job. It's really keeping me busy. We've bought property that's keeping me insanely busy, but all that stuff's on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see everything else I'm going on in my life. But this is the summer that we're gonna be kicking some ass on EgoBuise's, and I'm not stopping. So it's gonna get hot, but we're gonna knock things out. I got the gas tank mounts. We're gonna be putting in a new video. We'll do a gas tank video. Then we'll be doing rear suspension, 8.8 build, calipers, brake lines, electrical. Yeah, paint and body, interior, the whole build. I'm very motivated to get this car done. I dream about it at night. I cannot wait to get this car built. Cannot wait. But we got lots to do, man. So gotta bust ass, gotta get to it. Now I got the wheels and tires. The whole reason why I need wheels and tires was to put this thing on all fours so that we can put over there. We got Maximum Motorsport subframe connectors. Did not want to weld those in until the car was sitting on its weight on all four wheels. We can do that now. So we're moving on. And then now that the subframe connectors are in, I can also get a cross member for the transmission, hopefully from Stifler's. They make a universal one, so we can weld it to the subframe connectors. It's gonna be crazy, okay? Crazy. Lots of crazy stuff going on. So stay tuned for more content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Make sure to follow my Instagram. Go to houseofdoula.com to get all your updates on everything going on in all of our projects here, even little calypso here. Take care.